Maya. If you're already a subscriber, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because it will help me out a lot. And it only take 1 second. And it's free, so why not? I'll wait so y'all can subscribe. I'm gonna give y'all 5 seconds. Okay, I better have a whole bunch of subscribers. In this video, I will be showing you how to make flare pants. And this method that I'm using will work for any size, any shape. So it's beneficial to everybody and everybody can do it. You also can leave comments down below if you have any questions, concerns, because I can help you along the way if you're making these pants also. And be sure to give this video a big thumbs up so I can know and I can make these type of videos more often. Also turn on your post notifications so you can be notified every time I post because I have some great content coming and you don't want to miss it. So okay guys, so enough rambling, we gonna get straight into it. Okay guys, so I'm just starting off by making sure the pants are nice and neat and flat on the tissue paper so I can cut it right. And now I'm just putting my finger right there so I can fold up the knee, and that's where I'm going to measure it 1 inch out to allow myself seam allowance. And I'm just using a ruler to do so. And make sure you don't mark up your pants trying to do this because I almost did. And these are brand new pants, but you can use whatever you have in the closet, that's fine also. Now I'm just making a mark right there 1 inch out like I did the other side. And on this part I had to sketch it because it's like kind of curvy right there, so I did my best I can to make sure it was like 1 inch out. I did good though. And I just made it extra just because I didn't want to mess it up. Right now I'm just making sure I did it 1 inch out and perfecting that line that I drew. Now I'm just going to draw a line to the bottom of the paper and towards the top you're going to do the same thing, sketching it out 1 inch out to allow yourself seam allowance. And I'm going to draw a line upward. And now I'm just making my line at the bottom. How I did the top, I had to use elastic and I put my finger right there and moved the elastic up and made the line like 2 elastics above the elastic line, if that makes sense.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Now I'm just drawing the line straight across. I did that so the pants can be high-waisted, and now I'm going to do the other side, which is the back side of the pants. The first side I did was the front, obviously. Now I'm just drawing that on the pattern so I can use it later if I want to. Right now I'm just cutting the pieces out, making sure I cut in between the black line. This tissue paper is the best tracing paper if you don't have like actual tracing paper. Some people use newspaper, but I found this a big help. And I'm just cutting those pieces out. And when you're done, it should look like this. Now I'm just pinning those pieces together. This part was kind of hard, but we got through it and we did it. I don't know if it was because the pins were dull or what, but it was giving me a hard time. So on the other pattern piece, I just put canned goods on top of it to cut it out. Now you see me cutting out those pattern pieces with the fabric. Making sure the scissors are on a flat surface, and make sure you don't stretch the fabric because that can mess up the shape of the fabric. Well, the shape of the pattern piece when you cutting it. Then you're gonna cut all the way to the top. Now I'm just cutting off that top piece. And as you can see, I'm doing the same thing to this pattern piece. And the canned goods were giving me a hard time, so I had to take them off and just freehand it and just say forget it. But it turned out really good, so I was happy with that. Now I'm just cutting off that top piece. Right now I'm just pinning the back pieces together, and I'm just gonna pin the little crotch part so we can begin sewing. That's the part I'm going to sew together. Right here I'm just making sure I backstitch first, then sew wherever I place the pins. My sewing machine was acting so janky this day. I was so fed up, but I managed to get this video done. I was so happy. And you're going to sew all the way to the bottom, taking the pins out as you go. And when you get towards the end, make sure you backstitch again. Right here I'm backstitching, and this is a different angle because this is actually the front piece of the fabric, and I'm sewing the crotch part on the front piece. When you last saw me sewing, I was sewing the back piece. My sewing machine was acting so crazy. I did switch out the needle though, so I think that's why, but it got the job done. Right here, I'm just still sewing. taking that last pin out, making sure I backstitch at the end. Then I just cut the ending. Now I'm going to sew all the sides together, and I also sewed the middle together, but I didn't show that part. Now I'm moving on to the flares that go at the bottom of the pants. Next, you're going to measure the front and the back width of the knee openings and add those together and divide that number by 3.14. And that's how you're going to get the measurement for the top of the flare. After I measured everything, I believe it came out to be 2 inches, but I'll put the exact measurement I got on the screen. Okay, now on this part, I measured my knee opening to the floor, and I came up with like 7 inches, and you're going to add the first measurement you got, so it'll be like 9 inches, but I didn't want them that long, so I just put it at 7.5 inches, and that's what I'm measuring now. And I'm putting little marks all around the first little oval thing I drew. And you're just going to measure that all around, making sure your measurements is precise so you won't have a crazy looking flare. Right now I'm just making sure to put lines in the middle so I can connect them smoothly. Now I'm just connecting all the lines together. Making sure y'all still with me. Now I'm just cutting the flare out, starting with the bottom. Make sure you take your time on this part. Now I'm going to cut the top out. And you should have only one opening. Now I'm going to sew that part together. And when I sew that part together, I'm going to sew the pants and the flare together. And I'm going to do that on both sides of the pants, both legs. Now I'm just measuring my elastic to see how much I need, and then I did it 2 inches out so I can allow myself seam allowance. Now I'm just measuring my pants, I believe like 2.5 inches down, and where I'm marking at, that's where I'm going to fold the pants and pin it at. And I do have the pants inside out. Right here you see me folding the fabric to the lines I drew and pinning everything together. After that, I sewed the waistband together, leaving a little opening for the elastic. After I inserted the elastic, I sewed everything together. And this is how they ended up turning out. Okay, you reached the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I had a really good time making it, and I hope I helped somebody today, because that is my goal. And don't forget to like this video if you liked it, turn on your post notifications, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.